Hello, my fire signs. How are you doing? This is going to be your reading for the first 2 weeks of November. I've already got a couple messages for you guys. Before I get into them, this is for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So if you have Aries, Leo, or Sag in any of those placements, and this reading could be for you, please just take what messages apply and never give your power away to a reading, okay? Because that's why we have multiple timelines. You can choose differently at any point and put yourself in a new timeline. Messages that are coming through for you fire signs right now are... The first one is I'm getting a sense when I was shuffling your cards that there is past life cycles or cycles from the past that are coming through right now, or they're making themselves known. I don't know if there's something you need to heal, something that just doesn't feel good right now is kind of what I'm getting. Also, you guys just had another message that came in. Oh gosh, it's just left my mind now. What was it? Oh shoot. Okay, if it comes in, if I remember what it was, I'm gonna pass it on to you. But let's jump into your reading, fire signs. But it felt like there's something here going on where there could be something from the past coming in, or something's not completing, like a past life cycle, or it wants to be completed, something along those lines. So fire signs, without further ado, let's just jump into your reading and find out what's going to be in store for you for the first 2 weeks of November. Okay, so as always, I'm going to be going into my sacred geometry deck to find out one of the main governing frequencies that is wanting to be brought into your awareness for the first 2 weeks of November. What major frequency is going to be governing over fire signs for the first 2 weeks of November? Okay. You guys got the cosmic flower. Let me just bring it in there for you. Okay. The frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Okay. Fire signs, I'm getting a sense that there are some of you who are really wanting to return to a part of you that may have felt lost, or there's a part of you really yearning to reconnect with something distant from here. There's this really yearning. There's a yearning for home. Home, though, within the self of what that feels like. What does home feel like for you inside, internally, on a soul level? Because that's where you're going to be strongest in all of your creations, in all of your decision making. There's this yearning or something for home is what I'm kind of picking up when I see this card for you guys. So I'm going to go into my fairy oracle to get a little bit of a deeper read here. What messages do fire signs need to know? With the frequency of the cosmic flower, activating your remembrance, wanting to remember parts of you that have been forgotten. Perhaps there's some sort of DNA activation happening here for some of you. I'm getting kind of chills down my legs as I say that. And I really feel like whatever message came in had something to do along those lines. Why has it slipped my mind? It's just kind of in and out. Okay. If it was meant to be shared, it will come back in, I promise. Okay, this one wants to come out. Ooh. Okay. We have the Collective of Pixies is the first card. I'm going to just pull a few and then we'll go into what this all means. You get any more cards here for fire signs? Okay. Ooh, yes. We got Lady of the Harvest. She is all about letting go. Something to be let go of. Something so that you can move forward. Embrace something new. This is why this idea of old cycles coming in, wanting to close. There may be something here from the past that really needs to be healed and let go of. Here we go. We have Geo the Slow, which is pretty obvious. Just this idea of needing to take your time, not move too quickly. Getting a sense that it's about going in. The feminine energy is a little bit slower in a sense of when we go inward, we take our time. There's patience. The feminine energy of patience, stillness. That kind of slowness is what I'm kind of talking about, like really taking the pause, taking the time to reflect. I'm feeling like this card is a little bit more about taking a pause to reflect is what I'm getting from this one. We'll take one more card here, one more card for fire signs. Oh, well, we got two. Oh, whoa, okay. We have Guardian of the Gate and Jehovah, which, very interesting that these two cards have come out together. I kind of want to start here for some reason. Yeah, I really want to start here with these two cards. So, Guardian of the Gate, there's some sort of initiation for you happening here, fire signs, some sort of, it's kind of like a coming of age, but more from a spiritual sense, moving through you. But there's also this hesitation, like you're not sure if you want to go through. And I'm looking at the Jehovah, but I want to go into his reading card a little bit more because I'm getting some intuitive message. But I'm curious what the book has to say about this. So here, one second. We are going to do this. And that, okay? Oh, shoot, you can't see the other card. So let's do this, this. Okay, there we go, all back into focus. I don't know why my camera is doing some weird autofocus stuff lately. Okay. So this is about imaginary fears. This is about unreal hazards. And my dog just came and freaked out. What are you freaked out about? I don't know. Okay. Yes, I'm saying that. Imaginary fears. That's really weird. Imaginary fears, unreal hazards, and realistic caution. Realistic caution. That's why with Geo the Slow coming up, like I feel like there's this need to take a pause. Like you don't want to rush something. There's something going on here that's requiring you to kind of return back to self, return back to home. And that I get the sense that you're on the verge actually of a breakthrough in something. Because you have Lady of the Harvest and Guardian of the Gate here, just the way I guess I put them up here, I don't pay attention to the order until like I actually look at what I've done. So Guardian of the Gate is an initiation. It's about a passage through where you're ready to embark on a journey that you were not ready for until this point. Now you could be, this could apply if there's someone in your life that's kind of going through this, and you could be the one who's holding the gate open for them and helping them take some caution and be a little bit more realistic. That could be another point of view, but I'm just going to read from the point of view right now of where this is you. Okay, so just flip energies as you need to. But so with Jehovah, let me just see if there's anything here that, so it's time to look for the truth behind our fears, to distinguish between what is real and what is just our projection of old traumas and fears into our imaginary future. Okay, so this is when I got that sense of like you guys are going through something from the past is trying to come through. I feel like fire signs, what I'm getting right now, and I'm getting chills, is that there is something from the past, either it's past life or past in this lifetime, okay, some sort of cycle that keeps kind of projecting itself into this timeline right now. And it's because of there's still residual fears there that really are old fears. They don't make sense anymore, given where you are and all the growth that you've made up until this point. So it's time to take a look at what those fears are. The outdated fears is what I just heard. Outdated fears. Like they served you well in either past life or younger years of this time, but they don't serve you anymore. But they're somehow creeping in. They're creeping in and they're making themselves known, and it's getting in the way of something. And that's why we have Lady of the Harvest coming up here, wanting you to let go of something. And this is why you need to take a pause and reflect. I get a sense that there's something coming up for you, fire signs, that you aren't sure if you should move forward on or not, or you're involved in something that you may be having second thoughts about. I don't know. But there's this idea of not wanting to rush the process, because you are on the precipice of an initiation here, okay? And when you go through that gate, there's no turning back. So make sure that you've dropped off all the baggage that you've been carrying for so long. Like it's time to let go of that baggage is kind of what they're showing me. Dropping the bags at the gate so that you can walk through lighter. The collective of pixies, it's all about group work. Collective of pixies, it's about having fun. It's about dancing. Let's just see here. Duty, willingness, joyful participation, and virtue. So what is needed here is not only an awareness of duty, but a merry approach to it. This is the idea. If you're going to do it, enjoy what you're doing or have fun with it. Take joy and pride in your achievements. Approach this circumstance with zeal, zest, and a zing. So like a pop in your step kind of a feeling, But also know that this may require some cooperation of other people. There may be people around you this may involve, what's going on here may involve more people. This may be like a group thing, a work thing, a family thing, a friendship thing, I don't know. But there's this need for you, fire signs, to pause, reflect, take your time, don't rush it, because you need to address some of these old fears, okay, which are now like imaginary fears, because they don't make sense compared to your reality now. Plus, they don't make sense to all the growth that you've made, because you have the idea of remembering home, like remembering the true essence of who you are, so that you can pass through this guardian of the gate. And the only way you're going to pass through this guardian of the gate is if you let go of some of these fears, let go of the baggage from the past. Something's holding you back, something's weighing you down. And that was really coming through a lot in the pre-shuffle too, to be quite honest. So let's take a look into the tarot and see if we can't get some more answers here for fire signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do they need to know about the first 2 weeks of November here? Going in a little deeper into the read, what other messages can you give us to give us some more clarity? Messages that fire signs need to hear at this time. Here we go. Okay. All right. Six of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Death. Okay. Yeah. So Six of Swords here in reverse. This is talking about these two kind of came out together, so I'll read them together. So when you look at these two cards here, you have this new cycle wanting to start, a new cycle of something that represents abundance, something that represents prosperity, something within the material world in this 3D existence. It can also pertain to perhaps new work, new job, it could be new relationship too, because the Pentacles to me also have a representation of family. But in a nutshell, there's some sort of new cycle of success or prosperity that wants to begin, something that carries that energy. And you have the Six of Swords coming up with it, where it's this idea of not being able to move on, not being able to leave the turbulent waters and going into the new and foreign destination. And so there's this kind of this is really kind of coming up where you're being held back. You can't really yet go through because you haven't let go of some of these fears, okay, like the turbulent water. There's something here that you're kind of spinning around in. And it's time to really address it, like really get to the heart of the matter, get to the truth of what that is so that you can let go. Because you have the death card coming up here, okay, which is all about transformation. We are in Scorpio season, full swing now. And the death card is a Scorpio card. Scorpio energy is all about transformation. It's all about transformation. It's like of the underworld too, like the subconscious. All of those things. So this is about, to me, I'm getting the sense that there's something here within the subconscious that's hiding, lurking, that needs to be brought up to the surface so you can transform it and move on. Move on to this new successful beginning that's wanting to start here for you. Okay, let's see. What other messages do we have here for fire signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Aries, Leo, Sag. What do they need to know? Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. What else? This one, oh my gosh. Interesting. And then you get the Ten of Pentacles upright. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You know, with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, okay, yes, okay, I understand. So when she's upright, this energy is, to me, always symbolizes being in harmony with the natural flow of things, nature's abundance. Everything's kind of like singing in harmony around you, and that's why you're so successful. But it's in reverse. And I get the sense that this is just reconfirming the fact that there's something that's not, like, you're not in the flow of something, and it's because of this subconscious fear or something that's being triggered right now to be brought to the surface that's really holding you back from what this Nine of Pentacles really is, and that's about being in harmony, being very successful, being able to achieve what you want. I'm also getting a sense, with the Nine of Pentacles, it's sometimes like a bit of a single card, like, you're doing it on your own. And I'm just getting a sense here, fire signs, that there is also a message here for you about kind of coming into this collective of pixies card. It's like, you don't need to do everything on your own. Like, it might be good to call on some help right now. To help, like maybe you just need a really good friend to talk to, or a family member to confide in, or maybe you just have to have a really good conversation with someone to kind of talk through what's kind of going on. Whatever these fears are, whatever is kind of bringing them to the surface. Because then you have this Ten of Cups coming up, which is your happily ever after. So yeah, and it's all coming up under Lady of the Harvest and Geo the Slow. So Lady of the Harvest, she's very abundant energy in some ways, because it's the harvest time. So you get to harvest everything that you've been putting investment into, growing. But there's also this thing of needing to let go, because it's about letting go of the summer and all the growth, and now like going into like a bit of a winter phase. Yeah, so this idea of needing to go inward so that you can really get up close and personal with what your Ten of Cups really is. I think there's this message that's coming through of wanting you fire signs to really pay attention to what is your happily ever after. Like, what are your dreams? What are the things that maybe are holding you back from these dreams? Like this Nine of Pentacles energy, what's getting in the way of it? Why aren't you manifesting this yet, or allowing it to come in? And is this Ten of Cups, I get this sense this Ten of Cups is tied into the Guardian of the Gate energy. Like there's this idea too, oh my gosh, okay, so getting chills. So the Ten of Cups, like it's like coming home, okay? Like you're home to like all of your abundant energy, everything that like your self-worth, your abundance, your values, just who you really are, when everything that gets lost when we come into this life form, okay, and we take on this new cycle of living on Earth. and we have to go through the veil, and everything just gets masked from us. We lose all remembrance of things from the past. And I feel like you're at a juncture right now, fire signs, where it's time to really go back and remember. It's really time to bring the parts of you that are of your true essence to the forefront. They represent your 10 of Cups, but also this 10 of Cups represents home for you. Okay, it's about returning back to that home of like bliss, home of like just really feeling content. What other messages do we have here for fire signs? I was hoping to keep these videos under 20 minutes, but we've already passed that. So I don't want to give you guys 5 more cards. So let's just see. What other messages do we have here for fire signs? What other messages can you leave them with? It's pretty like straight across the board so far of what's coming through. We'll see if anything new comes through. Wow. Okay. Wow, all 5 came out at once. Okay. So we have the World. This is about closing cycles. This is about returning back to, to me, this is all about closing and new beginnings, okay, too. It's about finishing what was started. You have the 2 of Wands in reverse, okay, not knowing what path to choose. You have Temperance in reverse. So this is interesting because I think this message is coming through as in, take your time, don't rush, be patient. Okay, there might be this. I feel like for some of you that you're going through this, you're a bit impatient. You might be frustrated because you're not really sure about what path to take, and I think you're getting pulled in a couple different directions because of the fears that are kind of coming up, and it's giving you some doubt. You're not sure how to move forward. But then you have the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords coming up upright. And okay, so 7 of Swords is sometimes about deception, and you have that coming up with the 8 of Swords, which is all about being trapped in the head, and trapped in your own mind, trapped in like just the cycle of like it's like these imaginary fears. And it's the deception of what these imaginary fears are doing to you right now. They've got too much of a grip, or they're playing too much of a role right now. And it's time to really return home, go inward, find out what those fears really are, where they started, what were the roots, did it exist in this lifetime, do they come from past lives, how is it playing out in this cycle right now, because oftentimes these cycles in this life are repeating themselves from past. You can get a lot of answers in your life right now if you pay close attention. And there's this idea that I feel like you're deceiving yourself through these fears of fire signs. Like there's some sort of deception here that is preventing you from really closing out a cycle and being able to move on. Being able to move on to this Ace of Pentacles and go through a massive transformation. I feel like there's a massive transformation here for you to like leave this kind of this self-doubt, this kind of lack of worth kind of feeling, being out of harmony, being out of the flow. Being out of the flow is really what's kind of coming through. Feeling like you just aren't in the flow of it all, and getting back to it so that you can like channel all of this beautiful 10 of Cups energy and coming home. So that's kind of like really what I'm getting for you, fire signs, for the last 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of November. Is that it's time to like let go of something here. You're on the precipice of some sort of initiation on a deep soul level, something that's going to kind of lift you up a little bit, like catapult you to a whole new way of perceiving yourself, a whole new way of perceiving everything around you, and that's going to allow you to make different choices. Okay, you're going to be able to make different choices for yourself and start creating from a different energy. So this idea of the cosmic flower, remembering your home and knowing that your magnificence is there and allowing that to kind of really blossom through. This cosmic flower magnificence is very 10 of Cups energy. So you got some like really good energy here, but there's also like this holding back, like feeling stuck. And so something here, I don't know if it's a relationship, a work thing, maybe it's just an internal, like personal journey thing of self. I don't know, but apply the energies as they are for you in that seem fit for your life. But this is kind of what's kind of going on. So I hope these messages were helpful for you, fire signs. If you need any more information about me, all that information is down below. I love you guys all, and we'll be back soon for your mid November reading.